Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? What's going on, man? Sorry, the starting soon screen was up there for a second, man. It's a morning. It's a morning. That's for sure, man. What it do? Looks like Pinky's still resident and sleeping, so it's all good. I wasn't really late, right? What's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Hope your weekend's starting well. We've got video gaming news for today, Friday, March 8th, and then we're going to move on to playing games. I don't know what all we're going to do. It'll probably be more Balatro and maybe some RoboQuest. We'll see. I'm really hooked on Balatro right now. I'm really enjoying it. I've got more decks that I want to try to win runs with and stuff, so we'll see how it goes, man. But RoboQuest, I still have stuff I want to get done in there too. Just depends on how I'm feeling. We'll see if I get an update today. I've got this real weird situation with my copy of Unicorn Overlord where they're basically telling me I'm not getting it until Monday. When it releases today, I was supposed to have 1 day shipping, and they're telling me I'm not getting it until Monday, the 11th. So, go Amazon. Great job, you guys. The owner of Twitch, you know, you guys rock. Fantastic job. Let me, I'm going to actually, if they don't update my shipping by the time I'm done streaming today, I'm going to be sending them a message and be like, yo, what's the problem? What's the deal? What's going on? 1 day shipping, game releases on the 8th. What's happening? Why am I getting the game 3 days afterwards? So we'll see what happens there. But whenever we get it, we'll play it. Just depends on whenever Amazon wants to get their head out of their asses, I guess. So let's go ahead and do what we do, man. Let's dive in here and get into video gaming news and see what we can find out that's going on in the world of video games before we start playing games. Pinky, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Do we really, though? Or do we have too much? This is an interesting topic here. We need more video games from licensed IPs. Maybe on some fronts of some, like, forgotten, overlooked franchises, IPs that could be a very cool thing to be brought back into the modern times of gaming. But this is also something that plagues the industry, man. The fact that there are so many companies that rely on just licensing a popular universe, a popular IP, to build a subpar game around it on the premise of baiting people into buying it because it is built around the said universe, right? So that's kind of weird. 1 second, guys. My connection's kind of wonky. See something. Kind of wonky. Alright, I think that's a little bit better. Nice. All right. Cool. Let's get back in it. So I mean, like, one of the better examples I have of that happening recently, you know, I mean, it happens nonstop, but one of the more gross examples would be Lord of the Rings Gollum, right? The Dalek Entertainment licensed out Lord of the Rings, made Gollum, baited people into trying to believe that they were pushing out a AAA game when the budget was $15 million. Even their developers that worked on the game were like, this was crap. We were not given the resources we needed to make the game they were telling us to make. They were trying to bait people into buying a game based on the IP, you know? So a licensed IP. So it's not like it doesn't happen. It happens all the time. The difference being we need better video games made from licensed IPs, not more of them.
Hustling for dollars. Never see me losing, never catch me snoozing. In my Lambo cruising. No, I don't want no.
And we vibing this morning. We vibing. It's Friday. We vibing.
You better watch your back.
Unicorn Overlord has a free demo. Yeah, we should be playing that today. Wonder if we have a Metacritic for it right now. We should.
We hustling, we hustling. You better watch your back. We hustling, we hustling. You better watch your back. We hustling, we hustling. Catch me on the flip side, whip you like a riptide. Yeah, I like my hips wide. Yeah, everywhere.
Ooh-wee. Nice. Nice. Yo. It's in an 88 right now on PS5, all platforms. The Switch is at an 87 out of 10. I mean, these are small sample sizes right now, small data points, right? So 10 critic reviews right now and 13 critic reviews. But looking good. Looking good, man.
We hustling, we hustling. You better watch your back. We hustling, we hustling. You better watch your
Oh, baby, oh, baby. It's good news. It was no doubter for me to play that game. It wouldn't have mattered what Metacritic was saying about it. I still would have been playing this game because it's just too nostalgic for me based off of the old Ogre Battle game on Super Nintendo.
Never see me losing, never catch me snoozing. In my Lambo cruising. No, I don't want no excuses. Give them some bruises, no one refuses.
EA's best classic games are on Steam with a huge discount. That's what this was talking about, Command and Conquer. But I don't click on gaming Bible links. They're clickbaity. We don't like those. Helldivers 2 has been crushing, dude. Yeah, March 22nd, a lot of game releases. Dragon's Dogma 2, Princess Peach. Dude, there's another big one too, and I can't think of it right now. There's a lot of them. March is a big month right now for gaming. Yeah, so apparently you can make Dragon's Dogma 2 characters already with a creator application. That's interesting. We'll pull that up. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's an issue that most of us gaming enthusiasts don't understand that AI can be a beneficial incorporation to make video game development more efficient. The problem is it being implemented in an ethical manner. And these big companies don't want to do it like that. Yeah, Nightingale first impressions, 1 more year in the oven. Yeah, agreed. Yep. Game needs work, man. Ubisoft game surprise launch for consoles. I like this song. You guys like this? You feeling this? Yeah, man. Interesting. Along with like the old Dungeon Keepers, SimCity 3000, Populous. A lot of old EA games getting added to Steam. That's interesting. Make sure we're touching on all of these. There are a lot of old banger EA games, man. That's one of the reasons they're such a huge company nowadays. Unfortunately, not the same company they used to be. God, this song's a banger, dude. Berserk Boy, I just saw that release. It's on my wish list on Steam. We're only about a month away from the Fallout show hitting on Amazon, so we'll start trying to do some watch parties for that. Yeah, the Epic Game Store free games. So Astro Duel 2 is now available for free, and Deus Ex Mankind Divided and The Bridge will be next week. All right, cool. Get your free games, man. Jujutsu Kaisen, man. That game looks pretty cool. 1 second, guys. Sorry. That is a banger flipping episode, dude. The World of Warcraft South Park episode is so good, dude. Yep, we've got Unicorn Overlord Metacritic up. It's looking like people are really enjoying it, man. No, you are. No, you. No, you are. What's up, bro? What it do? Happy Friday, man. Just touched on that. Deus Ex Mankind Divided free next week on Epic. EU is like Apple's dad. What? What are you talking about? Oh, this. Talking about this. What is? What are they talking? Are they talking about baby steps? No. Okay. We don't need to look at that then. Regulators ask Apple why it banned Epic Games' iOS developer account. This? Yeah. 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 Or it was up here too. Yeah. Yeah. EU says it's investigating why Apple terminated Epic's developer account. Yeah, because Apple's, you know, they're basically a child throwing a tantrum, right? Yeah. Yeah. They're just throwing a tantrum. Yeah. Yo, Soup, check this out, dog. No, Dad, yeah. Mom! Yo, check this out, dog. This is a game we're going to be playing soon. If Amazon will send me the flipping game like they're supposed to. Trying to tell me it's delayed and stuff, supposed to be 1-day shipping. I'm going to have to send Amazon an email and be like, what's your deal, man? Pre-ordered this on 1-day shipping and now I'm not getting it until 3 days after release. I'm about to start raising a stink, dude. I'm pissed. Maybe? I mean, so far, dude, it's looking pretty solid. Looking pretty solid. That's a really good rating, dude. That's a small data point right now. 10 critic reviews on Switch and 13 on PS5, but those are good scores, dude. Balatro got you in trouble with someone's parents? What are you talking about, dude? Why? Yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Regulators asking Apple why it banned Epic Games' iOS developer account. They're going to come up with some stupid excuse. Oh, yeah, that sucks, dude. It's not, though. It's unfortunate that anytime, you know, somebody's playing cards, it's like, oh, you're gambling. And I was like, no, I'm not. You didn't even ask, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Anytime anybody's playing with like a traditional deck of cards, dude, it's like, oh, what are you doing gambling? It's like, I'm not, dude. Wait. What's going on? Well, I mean, I get it, dude. It's you know, it's synonymous. It's associated with gambling all the time, man. So I get it, but that's why, like, Cappy asked me. So no Balatro? Oh, that sucks, dude. The game's a banger. It's really good. That sucks. That's why Cappy asked me, and I was like, no, we're not gambling. It's just a game. There's no money involved or anything like that, you know? Yeah. Yo, I actually want to look. I like Reuters, dude. Reuters is a nice independent news agency, dude. So we're going to look at Reuters on this as well, see if there's anything going on there. Nah. I mean, I have no problem with I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, to be honest, I know you're trolling me a little bit, but gambling is the same thing as anything else in life. I think it creates problems for people, honestly. That's why I'm not a big fan of it in video games too. I'm not a big fan of gamba in video games because I'll never say that it shouldn't be there. Adults should be able to spend money however they please, but I do think that there needs to be more support for people that get addicted, because gambling is absolutely addictive. People have squandered entire life savings on gambling, whether it be in a casino or in video games. And I definitely think that gambling mechanics in video games need to be kept away from children until they have gotten to a point in their cognitive development to understand the ramifications of what gambling can do to you. I think that gambling mechanics need to be kept away from children. And I think there needs to be more support for people that find themselves in a position where they can't stop. I think that no matter what country, you know, these games are in, there needs to be support for people playing games with gambling mechanics in those countries, you know? Yeah, gacha is gambling, dude. It is a gambling mechanic. It is. It absolutely is. And I think that any adult should be able to spend their money the way they see fit, you know? But gambling is absolutely an addictive thing. And as I talk about, whether it be with things like gambling, or even, you know, substances, everything, you know, it's about consuming things like that in life in moderation, understanding how to consume in moderation. Some people can't. Some people can't control it. For people that can control it, they don't understand that. For the people in the world that can consume addictive things in moderation, it's very hard for them to grasp the concept of people that cannot control themselves. And for the people that cannot control themselves and have addictive tendencies, it's a very, very, very tough struggle. And that's why I think it's very important that there are support processes in place for people to be able to, you know, have agencies or resources to rely on and be like, yo, I need help. I have a problem. I can't stop or whatever, you know? Everything, it's about learning how to consume in moderation. And some people just can't do it, man. They just can't. Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own way about approaching those kinds of things too. And again, I think that as long as I've talked about this a lot, right? We talk about these kinds of things together quite a bit. So, if you have, everybody's got a different budget. Everybody's got a different kind of financial situation that allows them to approach their entertainment in different ways. And, you know, again, I think as long as you're one of those people that understands that you're not going to be putting yourself underwater, right, as it were, with those kinds of mechanics, you know what your limits are, then good for you. But there are people that don't know the limits. They don't know their limits, or they can't stop. Those are the people that I really feel for and really think that there needs to be more help for, you know? Latro as no gambling. Don't do that. Don't be spreading misinformation, man. Oh, man. We got that up. It's a good song right here. I like this. RPG Maker with announcement trailer. We'll take a look at it. Why not? Let's go one more page. It's a bit of a bleak day. Looking for articles. Warner Brothers canceling more than just movies. Fans are shocked as games are removed. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Looks like there might be a new trailer for the Fallout series. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, I saw that, Soup. I saw that. Suicide Squad went on sale. It's still more expensive than it ever should have been. Even on sale, nobody should be buying that game. It's still too expensive. Too funny, dude. Yeah, let's go with that one. Oh, dude. That game should have been free. The game should have been free to play, dude. I'm tripping. Yeah. Stick with that one. Oh, man. BAFTA Game Award nominees announced. Wonder why there's a whole bunch of BG3 stuff there, you know? I wonder. We'll just dive in here, man. Let's see what we got. Starting off with BAFTA Games Awards nominees announced. We'll start off here. Cool. Oh, boy. Shoulders kind of feeling it this morning. After a phenomenal year of games and a disastrous one for developers, Baldur's Gate 3 and Spider-Man 2 lead nominations at the BAFTAs. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts, commonly known as BAFTA, has revealed the nominations for the 2024 ceremony, with Baldur's Gate 3 unsurprisingly leading the way. This year marks the 20th annual BAFTA Game Awards, a night that many will hope to be a celebratory silver lining after a particularly troubling 18 months of studio closures and layoffs. For the vast majority of gamers, 2023 was a remarkable year, a combination of pandemic-related delays, surprise announcements, and unexpected successes, all culminated to offer one of the most stacked and impressive yearly release schedules in recent history. The trend began in January with the simultaneous announcement and release of Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi Rush, which has picked up 5 BAFTA nominations, the most for any Xbox game released last year. May's Tears of the Kingdom was a safe bet for Game of the Year, but the security of that gamble was brought into question by Baldur's Gate 3, which came out of early access a month earlier than expected and soared to one of Steam's highest ever concurrent player counts. Critical darling Alan Wake 2, which sucked and was terrible, alongside the incredibly popular Marvel Spider-Man 2, kept the seemingly endless cycle of quality video games going further into the year. I already know, here comes Soup with the Alan Wake 2 stuff. Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2 lead total nominations with 10, 9, and 8 respectively. I cannot believe Alan Wake 2 has 8 nominations. It is so bad. The only thing that game really had going for it was that it looked pretty good. That's it. The combat was not great. The, the writing was not good. The story was pretty, just really, really weird. The sound effects were decent, you know, but overall, I mean, I got soft locked out of it. Many other people did too. I don't know how this game has 8 nominations, dude. Incredible. Hosted by Lucy James, a senior video producer at GameSpot, the 40-minute nomination presentation began with an explicit disclaimer about how challenging working in the video gaming industry currently is. James addressed those affected by the recent studio closures, project cancellations, redundancies, promising that they are in our thoughts today. It is in stark contrast to the Game Awards, which took place last December and was criticized for not acknowledging a year of constant layoffs. Jeff Keighley's Game Awards also drew ire for rushing developers off the stage, forcing winners to share their speeches after the fact on social media. The Game Awards, hosted by Jeff Keighley, is a sham. It is a ruse. It is over. He's been bought by the industry. He has sold out. The Game Awards are nothing more than something for us to watch for game trailers. The awards mean nothing. They're not voted on by the fans. I mean, they're voted on by the fans, but the awards given out are actually given out by a panel of industry insiders that Jeff Keighley is in their pocket. So if you didn't know that, look into it. Judging by prior shows, it would not be unreasonable to assume Baldur's Gate 3 will come away with the top prize. However, the BAFTAs have been known to steer away from the wave of public opinion demonstrated last year when Vampire Survivors beat out Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok to win Best Game. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, to be honest, Vampire Survivors is a banger game, but is it on par with Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok? No. Although BAFTAs are decided by the organization's members, see, this is the problem. Organization's membership and selected figures, there's one award that allows the public to have their say. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is why the BAFTAs will not hold any weight for me. And this is a perfect example of why. Now, is Vampire Survivors a great game? Absolutely. And do I have an issue with a smaller independent game, winning awards over something like Elden Ring or God of War? Absolutely not. But the grand scheme of things, is Vampire Survivors a deeper, more immersive, a more well-built game overall than something like Elden Ring or God of War Ragnarok? Absolutely not. Especially at the time that these awards were given last year. No way. And had the public been able to vote, it wouldn't have won. This is the same problem that I was talking about with the Game Awards hosted by Jeff Keighley. So, the BAFTAs are decided, the BAFTA awards are decided by the organization's membership and their selected figures. Same thing with the Game Awards that happen at the end of every year, hosted by Jeff Keighley. There's one award in each of these award shows that allows the public to have their say. One award out of all of them. It's a sham. It's a sham. It doesn't hold any weight. Why? The best awards, in my opinion, are the Golden Joystick Awards. The Golden Joystick Awards, there's one other award show that seems, the Dice Awards are pretty good too. And the Golden Joystick Awards, and I think the Dice Awards also, give out awards based on public voting. Meaning us, as the public, the consumer, the gaming enthusiast in the world, voting on these games, not some panel of industry insiders who probably don't even play any of these games. At least half of them don't, probably. They're just swayed by people stuffing money in their pockets, more than likely. That's why you can't put any stock into these awards. These awards don't hold any weight. The BAFTAs, the Game Awards, they can all get wrecked. So, I don't know. You can look at all these awards, but really, I mean, the only one of these that is going to hold any weight is this one. The EE Player's Choice Award, which is the only award out of all of these that is voted on by the public. The rest of them, they just mean nothing, really. Shenanigans, dude. Bunch of shenanigans. Here you go. Here's our regulators ask Apple why it banned Epic Games' iOS developer account. The news comes on the day the new Digital Markets Act law officially goes into effect. On Thursday, the Digital Markets Act officially goes into effect in the EU. The new antitrust law aims to take on big tech's stranglehold of certain markets and industries, forcing companies to open their core platforms to competition. However, on the DMA's very first day, Apple is in the hot seat. According to a new report by Reuters, EU regulators are looking into the latest battle between Apple and Fortnite developer Epic Games. Why are EU regulators targeting Apple? On Wednesday, Epic Games went public with the news that Apple terminated the video game company's iOS developer account. Epic Games planned to open its own alternative marketplace and app store alternative that Apple has been forced to allow in the EU under the DMA. Epic Games already announced its intent to bring Fortnite back to iOS as part of this plan. The popular Battle Royale game had been missing on the iPhone since Apple removed it from the App Store in 2020. Apple booted the Fortnite app from the App Store after Epic Games attempted to cut the iPhone maker out of the in-app purchase system, avoiding Apple's revenue share fees. However, all of Epic's iOS plans in the EU are now on hold after Apple terminated their developer account, citing Epic Games' past history, circumventing Apple's rules and criticism of Apple from the company that allegedly breaks its terms of service. We have requested further explanations on this from Apple under the DMA, Digital Markets Act, a European Commission spokesperson said to Reuters. Apple isn't faring well under the EU's new regulations. While companies like Meta, Google, and Microsoft will all be affected by the DMA, no big tech company has made more headlines for its controversial response to the new regulations than Apple. In preparation for the DMA, Apple announced updated policies in order to comply with the new rules. The company was criticized by its peers almost immediately for malicious compliance, as Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney puts it. Perhaps the most controversial decision Apple made was with its new App Store structure. Under the DMA, Apple has been forced to allow alternative marketplaces on iOS devices that compete with the App Store. Developers who don't want to follow Apple's App Store policies can release their apps on iPhone and iPad via third-party App Store competitors. That's the way it should be. Instead of Apple having this whole thing on lockdown with basically just a big monopoly on everything, right? Earlier this year, Apple shared its rules for alternative marketplaces and developers who distribute apps through them. Among Apple's decisions was a fee scheme that saw app developers utilizing alternative marketplaces hit with a per-download fee that would even be applicable for free apps. Under Apple's new policy, developers who accept these terms could find themselves paying Apple more than they would have under the company's old App Store terms. So gross. Meta, Microsoft, Spotify, and Epic Games all called Apple out for these policies, arguing that Apple was deploying DMA-inspired policies that acted against the DMA's actual intent. In addition to the App Store rule changes, Apple also announced that it was killing off home screen web apps as a result of the DMA. However, Apple quickly walked the decision back after significant backlash. Now, on the day the DMA officially goes into effect, EU regulators have already announced a preliminary investigation into Apple's termination of Epic Games' developer account. Happy Digital Markets Act Day, everyone. Apple. Good old Apple, dude. If you can always count on Apple for anything, it's that they're going to do everything they can to railroad anybody they can. Their consumers, they make their consumers pay way more money than they ever should for any of their products. You know, they love doing this kind of stuff, dude. Apple, woo-wee, dude. Shut up, bro, for real? No. Oh no, bro. What up, Pinky? Thanks, dog. Oh, sucky suck, dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, rip legend, dog. Rip legend. Jesus. Interesting. Yeah, we'll hit on it. Thanks, buddy. Craziness. Yeah, we'll finish up on that one. Bit of a somber note, but we gotta pay respects there, dude. Gotta pay respects. No doubt. Okay, so looks like we've got RPG Maker with announcement trailer, PS5 and PS4 games. The ultimate game creation tool is back. RPG Maker with features robust yet easy to learn tools, intuitive to controls, and a rich library of pre-made sample games and assets, making game creation easier than ever. Plus, you can post your creations online and play other creators' games to gain inspiration, feedback, and inspire others. Coming next year to PS5 and PS4. Let's take a look. Sorry, that's loud. Still kind of loud. Bro, I love these old school styled RPGs. They just always give me nostalgia vibes, man. Okay. Cool. Next. Ban plan. Warner Brothers is canceling more than just movies. Fans are shocked as games are removed. What do we got here? Let's see what we got. I don't think this is what we want. I don't think that's what we want. I think it's just a rando video. So Warner Brothers has been canceling a number of its projects, including films like Batgirl and Coyote vs. Acme. However, it seems the company is trying to erase more than just its movies, as a number of developers have spoken out. We read a little bit about this yesterday. There was an independent developer that had a game that had been published by Warner Brothers since like 2016, and they were being told that the game was being removed. So they started putting it out for free for PC themselves of their own volition. And we hit on that yesterday, but apparently we've got more to talk about here. Warner Brothers has begun the process of delisting games that were published under Adult Swim Games. Yep, has a number of games on Steam and PlayStation. Two developers with games published by Adult Swim have come forward to say that Warner Brothers has contacted them about removing their games. Let's get this music popping. There we go. Fireface, the developer behind Small Radios, Big Televisions. Yes, this is the one we talked about yesterday. Was informed that the game would be delisted in 60 days. Owen Deary, the sole developer and owner of Fireface, has made the game free to download from his website, but each developer can decide whether to do the same. We talked about this yesterday. Another developer has spoken out, claiming they received a very similar message from Warner Brothers. Matt Kane Lewandowski, who is one half of the duo that created Fist Puncher, has said that Warner Brothers declined to transfer ownership of the Steam page to them in order to keep the game visible. He said, "This is incredibly disappointing. Seems like more and more of the video game industry is filled with people that don't like and don't care about video games. All that say, buy physical games, make backups, help preserve our awesome industry and art form." So far, these are the only two developers that have stepped forward, but we cannot discount the idea that this message was sent to other games under the Adult Swim label. Popular games like Robot Unicorn Attack, Frog Fractions 2, and Jazzpunk all come out with Adult Swim Games as publisher. Interesting. Yeah. So it's a domino effect here, it looks like. It's just we're hearing more and more and more about these games being notified, these developers being notified. New Fallout TV show trailer offers fresh story details. Amazon just dropped a brand new trailer for the upcoming Fallout TV show, which will air exclusively on Amazon Prime Video in full from April 11th, which we are going to start doing some watch parties here in the channel to watch together on Fridays. In the new feature-length trailer, we get an in-depth look at the world that has been built for the first big-budget live-action adaptation of the Fallout universe. As the trailer was released, Hod Toward revealed how it's a blessing to see how the television show has been produced, and confirmed that it's a canonical addition to the expansive 25-year-old post-apocalyptic franchise. It's an original story because there are intentions to build on the series, but it's unapologetically, irrefutably Fallout. So, seeing how this is all being built around Fallout, when is Starfield going to be a part of it? Since Starfield's just Fallout in space, right? You knew where I was going with that, right? All right, let's turn off this music for a second.
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place. A veritable Camelot, the nuclear age. Not made by God Almighty, but the working man.
You can be a hero by purchasing a residence in a Vault-Tec vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you. to build a better day after.
I'm excited for this show. I hope it's good, dude.
The mission of the vaults should be important to everyone. To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am.
All you dipshits were dead.
That's awesome.
It's insane.
I don't set the world.
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
Random up.
I just want to start.
I've been around.
Oh, dude.
Practically
That's how I
every
feel this
person I've
morning.
met up here has tried to kill me.
I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
In my
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws. You should not be alone.
Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs. You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
What is happening here?
Everyone wants to save the world. They disagree on how.
There you are, you little killer.
Nice, dude. Yeah. All episodes available April 11th? What? They're not going week by week? Interesting. Interesting. In the 3-minute long video, we get an in-depth look at the beautiful yet harrowing world created by showrunners to celebrate the first major live-action adaptation of Fallout. We're given a longer introduction to Ella Purnell and Walter Goggins' characters. The latter has been revealed as a survivor of the Great War who turned into a ghoul following extensive exposure to radiation over a period lasting 200 years. Purnell's character is seen being put through the ringer, first emerging into a world torn apart by 200 years of apocalypse and being set upon by the dangers of said world. In one scene, she clashes with a Mr. Handy robot who wants to harvest her organs. She quickly goes from being a clean-cut, innocent vault dweller to a battle-hardened badass of the wastes. But I imagine that transition will unfold much slower than it does in the trailer. We're also given a look at the Brotherhood of Steel from an all-new angle. Seems that there are plenty of origin stories outlined in the show, which should make for a fantastic foundation ahead of what could be an unforgettable series. It airs in full on Amazon Prime Video on April 11th. Nice. Very cool. Very cool, man. All right. Well, the fact that it's releasing in full on the 11th, we are going to have to maybe just make a whole Friday fun day of just watch party Fallout. You know? Could be a thing. Could be a thing. That looked really cool, though, dude. I was pretty immersed in that, if you couldn't tell. That was awesome. EA's best classic games are now on Steam with a huge discount. You know, I rip on EA quite a bit for the company that they are today, but they are the company they are today because of where they started. You know, as so many big companies that have become less than stellar over the years, that we tend to harp on a lot for the ways they mistreat us as customers, the subpar products they push out because they've become more business than they have gaming focused companies. EA is definitely one of those, but they used to make bangers all the time. That's why they're so big now, right? Video game publisher EA surprises everyone by bringing more than a dozen of classic beloved titles to Steam with a major discount. So, retro fans can rejoice as EA has brought several of their most revered games to Steam, making them more accessible to players since EA launched its own platform in the form of Origin in 2011. Many of the company's games have been missing from Steam, and while they were still available to users, having to split up one's library can become tedious. Fortunately, a handful of revered and influential titles have escaped the confines of Origin, and they're going for some really good prices. Announced with a appropriately retro trailer on YouTube, EA revealed that Steam will now be the home of nearly every Command & Conquer, both Dungeon Keeper games, the cult classic open world shooter The Saboteur, SimCity 3000, Unlimited, and several of Sid Meier's older strategy games. Interesting, dude. Let's take a look at this. EA used to be where it was at, man.
Crazy, isn't it?
To further incentivize retro players, every single one of these classic games can now be purchased at a steep discount. Both Dungeon Keepers can be bought for just under $2, while every Command & Conquer game is going for 50% off its usual rate. Ultimate Collection, which includes them all, is also available for just shy of $10, which is a steal, given that it includes 12 complete games. Command & Conquer games were bangers, dude. So good. So good. Let's pull it up real quick and take a look on Steam. I have it on the, doesn't look like it. Yeah, here it is. EA. Classic games. There it is, man. No, it's just the YouTube video there, yeah. There we go. If you want to go take a look, there's the Steam page link. There's a reason why EA got so big. And it's because of this. They made and published so many fantastic franchises back in the day. No doubt. All right. You can make your Dragon's Dogma 2 characters now. Woo-wee, dude. Look at this big rascal. Good night. That's more like my, they literally took my body form and threw it in this game. Look at this guy. That's me. That's me right there. Yep. Ahead of the launch of the highly anticipated Dragon's Dogma 2, Capcom has released a character creator application that will allow you to get ahead of the game when it comes to customizing your super detailed protagonist. There's an extremely diverse character creation menu in Dragon's Dogma 2. You can create up to 5 characters, so you'll want to use this time wisely to ensure you are creating the perfect protagonist to suit your playstyle. Get creative. Dragon's Dogma 2 will be released globally on March 22nd, so you've got 2 weeks to create and edit a string of characters that you can port into the full game when it hits the market. In the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator application, you can explore the full breadth of the customization options available. That means everything from race selection to the intricate details of shaping a character's eyebrows are open for you to play around with. It doesn't end there, though. In the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator, you'll also be fleshing out your companion character, your main pawn, as it were. As a unique feature in a Dragon's Dogma, 2 players are tasked with building from the ground up the character that will accompany them throughout the game. The Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator is now available for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. Very cool, man. Nice, nice. Very neat. Ubisoft Game Surprise launch for consoles. An exciting video game published by Ubi is now unexpectedly available to play on mainstream gaming consoles as well as on PC. Looks like Valiant Hearts, Coming Home, Ubisoft's sequel to Valiant Hearts: The Great War, is now available on mainstream platforms after being a Netflix game exclusive. The game expands on its predecessor following unsung war heroes with distinctive visuals and gameplay. The collection offers both titles in the series for $25, showcasing World War I battles and the Harlem Hellfighters. Interesting. Cool. Couple of final things to end the news segment on this morning. Again, we are supposed to be playing Unicorn Overlord either today or tomorrow. It's looking like it's going to get pushed out because I ordered this on Amazon to be sent to me. I was being told it would be 1-day shipping from the release of the game. And so I pre-ordered it a while back. And now all of a sudden I'm being told I'm not getting this game until the 11th, which is Monday. Meaning I probably won't get it until after stream time on the 11th, which is insane. I've got to hit up Amazon and find out what is going on because that's not really acceptable. Whenever you're being told that the game releases on the 8th and you'll have 1-day shipping. And I was expecting the 9th, the 10th at the latest to have the game. And now they're telling me the 11th. So I've got to figure out why Amazon is not fulfilling their side of this pre-order that I put in. And unfortunately, this game is not, it's on every platform but PC because it's vanillaware. And that sucks. But I have, ever since I saw this game trailer for the first time, it was a no doubt play for me. This is a spiritual successor from Atlas for a game that I used to play way back in the day on Super Nintendo and I was in love with, called Ogre Battle. And I could not wait for it to release. Here we are, and I don't have the game, unfortunately. And it looks like I'm going to have to wait a few days. So I got to contact Amazon and find out what the crap's going on. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to start playing this. And I figured why not go ahead and look and see what reviews are looking like for the game so we can get I mean, it wouldn't matter even if the game was not getting fantastic reviews. I would still be playing this because of what this is for me as a nostalgic kind of experience, right? But we have already an 87 on the Switch in 10 critic reviews and an 88 on the PS5. That's a small data point. It's a small sample size, but it's a good start. And so I'm really excited. I can't wait. Hopefully Amazon will get their heads out of their asses and get me this game quicker than they're telling me they will. I'm hoping what it is the game releases today and they just gave a generic date behind that until they actually got it shipped. That's what I'm hoping. And so it'll be updated to reflect that I'll get it like tonight or tomorrow so that we can start playing it relatively soon. But I'm still going to contact them and find out. And I'll let you guys know as soon as we're going to be able to start playing it, okay? Last and absolutely not least, Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama has passed at the age of 68, man. Unfortunate. I don't really know what to say besides the fact that what an influential person he has been for entertainment as a whole, and especially in the world of anime and stuff like it's you see Dragon Ball influence everywhere. Dragon Ball has been an incredibly influential piece of entertainment franchise, and it's still just popping today, man. You know, so it doesn't mean that this will be the end of Dragon Ball, but it's definitely a sad day to know that, you know, Mr. Toriyama here has passed, and you know, I think we should all take a moment to pay respects for somebody that has played such an influential part in this part of entertainment and culture and everything. You know, it's I don't think there are probably very many people in the world that to some extent have not been exposed to Dragon Ball, you know. Even if you haven't taken a deep dive into it, most people know what Dragon Ball is, and it's an incredible thing, you know, that this person has created something that has been that profound and you know, brought so much joy to so many people in the form of entertainment, you know. So Vegeta forever, baby. Akira Toriyama, creator of the beloved manga and anime Dragon Ball, has died. His production studio said in a statement Friday he was 68. Artist behind the long-running media franchise that popularized Japanese manga abroad passed away on March 1st from an acute subdural hematoma, according to the statement. The first appearing in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine in 1984, Dragon Ball follows protagonist Son Goku's martial arts training and quest to find the 7 titular orbs and summon a wish-granting dragon. It remains one of the most successful Japanese media franchises of all time, with the Suisha Incorporated published manga selling more than 260 million copies worldwide and spawning several anime series, video games, and a Hollywood-produced live-action movie. His creations, which span more than 45 years, include Dr. Slump, Sandland, which is a game getting released very soon, and the character designs for the Dragon Quest video games. News of Toriyama's death triggered an outpouring of condolences from other artists, many of whom grew up reading his work. Toriyama proved to be to a disbelieving audience that manga can be fun for both children and adults, wrote One Piece creator Ichiro Oda. He showed that manga could travel the world. Naruto author Masashi Kishimoto said that he read Toriyama's stories every week from grade school to college and was inspired by the characters to become a manga artist. I wanted to make manga like yours. I wanted to be like you, he said. He was so funny. He was naughty, cute, sharp-tongued, and humble, wrote Masakazu Katsura, creator of Tiger and Bunny. I miss our long phone calls where we would just talk about dumb things. Yeah, dude. That's a tough loss right there for the world of anime and manga but I think people have to take these things in stride and appreciate how long we had such an amazing person like this as part of our world to bring us the joys of this entertainment and their creative mind. And so maybe take a moment to go, especially if you've never taken a dive into Dragon Ball. Early Dragon Ball is a bit wonky, but it's still good. You know, just maybe show your respect by giving a little bit of some attention to what the Dragon Ball world entails, and you know, I think you'll be impressed. There's a reason it's so popular, and you know, maybe even if you haven't looked into Dragon Ball for quite some time, it might be an appropriate time to pay respects to Mr. Toriyama here by going back and refreshing your knowledge on Dragon Ball a little bit, you know. Yeah. That's the news, my dudes. Happy Friday. End on a bit of a somber note there, but you know, we're fortunate to have these amazing creative minds in our world to help us immerse ourselves in something other than the day-to-day struggles that many of us deal with, you know. And Mr. Toriyama was played a huge role in a lot of people's lives and being able to present them with those kinds of opportunities, you know. And what an amazing thing, you know, whether it be books, texts, manga, any kind of literature, you know, movies, TV, video games, you name it. Anything that, you know, people's creative sides have been able to give us the opportunity to immerse ourselves into something that takes us into a world of fantasy and take us away from the struggles we deal with so often in the our day-to-day is such a great thing. And you know, I appreciate what he's done for all of us. So I don't know, hope everybody's having a great start to your weekend. Heart and thoughts go out to all the friends and family affected by his passing, and we'll go have the absolute best day we can here, man. It was a good news segment. It was kind of brief, but that happens from time to time, so not necessarily a bad thing. We'll just get us a little bit of an earlier start playing games than we usually do. So we'll get back into some Balatro, maybe some RoboQuest, depending. Might not be a super long day today, but we'll see how it goes. And I'll let you guys know as soon as I figure out when I'm going to be able to receive my copy of Unicorn Overlord, so we can start diving into that. Okay, but what were the news today? What's up, Decamarin? Well, I'll be taking the links here in a moment, man, and I'll be throwing them in the Discord if you want to go take a look. No, but we did touch on Stalker stuff yesterday. Yep. So I always take all of our links and throw them into the I do my very best to make sure that all of our content is always available to everybody, whether it be I go back and every week I highlight all of our news segments so that they can be accessed. I publish them on the YouTube page every week so they can be re-accessed so people can go back and watch them if they missed anything. I also we have a video gaming news channel in our Discord, so every day I take the links for all the articles that we touch on, and I put them into a post on our video gaming news channel in our Discord under a heading for that date where they were covered, so that if anybody needs to go back and touch on anything they might have missed, it's in there. Okay, we did talk about Stalker stuff yesterday, though. Yep. So that's the news. If anybody it's good to see you, Decamarin. So happy Friday, everybody. We're going to go play games. If anybody's not familiar with what we do here, video gaming news is the way we always start all of our streams. We're live 6 days a week. Every day but Wednesday, we begin at 6 a.m. CST CDT. That would be 7 a.m. Eastern or 4 a.m. Pacific time. We're trying to stay current on what's going on in the video gaming industry every single day, as well as trying to promote a healthier industry for ourselves as video gaming enthusiasts and consumers, as well as pointing out, shining a light on some of the more disgusting sides of the industry, the companies that are not doing well by us, you know. Then we move on and play games, have a fun time the rest of the day. We got an amazing community here, awesome people taking care of one another, presenting a welcoming environment for other people to be a part of all the time, and we have a lot of fun playing games together. But it's also about creating an amazing environment here, community-wise, building long-standing relationships, friendships with one another, where people can always come and feel welcome and safe, and just immerse themselves in the world of video games, and just have a good time, spreading good vibes and everything like that. So if you're about that, being void of toxicity, negativity, spreading good vibes, being civil about things, and just come be a part of what we do, man. We're always looking for more good people to be a part of it. So other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. I'm going to run us an outro to kind of sum up the news segment. I'm not going anywhere. The stream's not going down. As soon as the outro's over, we're going to start getting prepared for playing video games for the rest of the day. Okay, so I'm going to run this outro, but you guys rock. Thanks for the amazing news segment, and I will be right back. Decamere.